So, Eric from Support Adventure here, and here's the question. Just so I relay back to my boss, how long of a wait would you anticipate the level 3 being? So, how long does it take us to staff a level 3 position? Well, in order to answer this question, first I need to know, what do you define as level 3? Because we're dealing with an industry that does not have standards for such things. We're dealing with an industry where MSPs and their clients choose technologies randomly, and a level 3 who will be assigned to those technologies would be expected to know or provide instantaneous results on them, or else they might not be a level 3. So I replied to this question. It's one of my favorite questions because it brings out a lot of the underlying issues in the industry and the way that people sort of look at hiring in this industry. And, it's unfortunate that these level 3 people, as most MSPs define them, are so hard to find. And it's also unfortunate that MSPs don't have a clear roadmap on how to take somebody who's a competent technician and turn them into a level 3. They want to actually just hire someone who already has the skills, but those people are incredibly in demand. So let's go through line by line with my reply, basically. I'm just going to copy this to a WordPad so the identity of the person asking this is not revealed. They also want dispatch, which is pretty much more, it's a lot more easy to get a dispatcher than a level 3 because we define the goalpost for dispatch. We define the procedures, but you also need consulting for that. So we don't have timelines for providing anything. We don't have timelines for providing anything else but entry level, and that's because the requirements for something like level 3 or even level 2 are incredibly ambiguous and need to be defined by your organization and the experience of the candidates who would qualify as level 3 in your organization ranges considerably. Also, many of the candidates have 14 to 30-day notice periods, which they will enter after they have done trial days with your company, and your company commits to hire them so that they can leave their current position with commitment and security. So, yeah, the principle here is we don't know what they want as a level 3. We need to find out more about that so we can see who we've got and present them and hope that they like them. So, and also the people who are incredibly experienced in the industry are just not sitting around unemployed. They currently have jobs, and we're in the business of actually making a lot of these people a better offer that's very much an upgrade for them in their lives. So, yeah, if we find a level 3, someone who, knows all the things that a level 3 in your MSP is required to know, then they probably have a job already. And what we will do is we'll take like a trial for, if they're working in a different time zone, whatever they can overlap with your business hours, or even take a couple days off to shadow one of your staff and, give their 2 cents on the help desk and just show what they can contribute. Then we do that. And then when you decide, okay, yes, this is our person, we want to commit to hiring them for at least a couple months, then they can give notice on their existing job. So here's the thing. I wish I had a factory which ran an assembly line of level 3 technicians that would be able to have extensive experience in any technology your company might be using. Such is not the case. So it's not like I've got a Lamborghini factory that can churn out Lamborghinis on an assembly line. And, you've got a lineup of millionaires who are ready to buy their Lamborghinis, and they just want to know, okay, so the assembly line takes this long, and you've got a waiting list of 7 people who want Lamborghinis. So each Lamborghini, you churn out 1 Lamborghini a week and 7 people. So it's going to be 7 weeks. No, it doesn't work like that. We have people who are smart enough to learn any technology, but often companies don't consider a level 3 if there is any learning involved whatsoever. So this is what I said earlier. It's like, it's unfortunate that these companies don't have actually a way of turning their level 2s into level 3s, of mentoring their level 1s to become level 2s and then level 3s. They want to always they're used to a level of staff turnover that's, unfortunately, they need someone who knows everything right now because, well, they've got a chaotic situation where they've got a labor shortage and they need someone who they can just throw in there and do this. So, well, actually marketing themselves as proactive planners, MSPs don't actually usually approach their staffing in that way, from my experience. And they don't set up enough sort of communication communication between staff members to mentor somebody into a level 3 position, because they just want to have the minimum amount of staff to do the maximum amount of tickets and put up the maximum amount of fires. And that's not a proactive approach at all. What you want to actually do is you want to mentor your staff. You want to see when somebody gets really good at help desk and gets a little burnt out on that, you want to give them projects, and you want the current level 3 technicians to mentor the level 2s to become level 3s. And you need to invest in people, because yeah, it's incredibly rare to find MSP experienced level 3s out in the market looking for a job. It's incredibly rare. So unless you have a huge amount of money to outbid other MSPs and poach staff from other MSPs, you're not going to find that. You need to invest in, first of all, management that knows how to lay down a structure for mentoring and career development. That's the first thing. Your management needs to know how to set a career path for people to grow in your organization. Your management needs to know how to be staff focused, so that people feel a valued member of the team, that the company is progressing them in their career, and that they don't have to look elsewhere for career progression. Where, you know, when you do have a level 3 who wants to jump ship and join another company, it usually is not so much because of the money, but usually because whatever they're doing has become stagnant. They're no longer growing for the position. That's another thing. If you want to hire a fully formed level 3 and you're not giving them anything new, they're going to get bored really fast and go somewhere where they can learn new stuff, because these people like challenges as much as they like money. And so if you want a level 3 that has experience with every single technology that you're using, and you hire that person, they'll get bored really fast. So the demand for level 3 candidates. So usually when we have somebody who's Microsoft and Cisco networking experience at level 3, if they have that skill set, or the project work, all that stuff, if they have that experience, we put them in front of 2 or 3 MSPs, and they get to choose which one they like best for their next career move. And where companies have this psychology and staffing where they need to interview so many people, and then they're the ones who choose who gets the job. No, when we have a unicorn, as we call them, like this, the level 3, they get to choose. You need to win them over. So what does this all mean? We need a more detailed description of what level 3 means in your organization in terms of technologies, responsibilities, and expectations. And I would also throw in, it's good to give opportunities as well. Tell them what their opportunity is within the organization, how they're going to be challenged, how they're going to advance their career. Because the whole idea of level 3 is you want somebody who's been there, done that, done everything. And so unless you want someone who's just riding out the last 10 years until retirement, chances are, if you and those people aren't usually very good anyways, because the ship has already sailed on their ambitions in life. You want somebody who's got enough drive and enough ability to pick up new things, and you need to give them opportunity to advance. So if you're hiring a level 3 from Support Adventure, I have another video which is how to interview level 3, and it's that's a lot of information there on how to not alienate a level 3. If you do actually find one of these unicorn people and get the opportunity to interview them, which is rare, then you need to not use the interrogation style job interview. You need to not be looking for them to know everything. You need to look at, who is this person, and what are they going to do for me, and how are they going to roll with the punches? How are they going to climb the mountain? How are they going to be able to take ownership for stuff within my organization? Because I think the number one attribute, if you're not talking about what technologies they have experience with, if you're not talking about how many years of this, how many years of that, if you're not talking about statistics and certifications and all that stuff, the number one thing you need to look for in a level 3 is the ability to take ownership. So you should focus your role description on level 3, the ability to take ownership. I've never heard of this technology before, but I'm going to take ownership to go the extra mile to make sure that this technology that we're deploying or is already deployed for the client is going to work, or I'm going to take ownership for putting something new in that's going to work better. And I'm going to take ownership for understanding the client's needs and driving the business result, because it's all about the business result. That's how you get paid as an MSP. And in a level three, you need somebody who you can put in front of the clients, who will take ownership of those results, who will provide a managed expectation of what will happen when, and then actually deliver on that. That's what a level three does. And so if they know if they know how to, you know, do PowerShell commands on paper, if they know how to, you know, like by writing code on paper and then you can feed that code into PowerShell and it's actually a valid command, that doesn't matter. It's all open for Google these days. It's all about ownership for level three. So maybe you should think about that. And how long will it take? Will it take me to provide you someone who will take ownership in your organization? That also depends on how you train them, mentor them, instill your values in an organization on them. I'd say with the right people, we can find you who are used to taking ownership in other organizations. And if you have a good training and onboarding and mentoring process for them to put them into your organization, then that's about 2 months from the time when they start with you. 2 months to get them doing work, but it depends on the complexity of your projects. It depends on the convoluted nature of any sort of solutions and the varied sort of nature of the ranges of technologies you have deployed among different clients and all of that sort of stuff. The simpler you make it and the more you empower somebody who is eager to take ownership, and the less you confuse them with different variations and different um, different sort of directions that, you know, are lacking in basic principles, then yeah, that's going to be hard. But if you have a solid MSP with a solid stack that's deployed consistently throughout the clients, and you're looking for somebody who can jump headfirst into that and take ownership for projects and, you know, work those hours and you know, basically just bring things through to the other side, then basically we can get you a level three. But if you're looking for somebody who knows every detail of every single system that you've got deployed for clients, then I wish you the best of luck, because it might take us years to find that. Thanks a lot. Catch you later. Eric from Support Adventure here, and check out our new MSP Mountain podcast as well. Thanks a lot. Bye now, guys.